STEP team who have put together this performance for me.
Hello everyone, and welcome to our Women's History Month presentation. Women's History Month traces its beginnings back to the first Women's History Day in 1909. It started off as just a day, which we now celebrate on March 8th. Then it became a week, and then in 1987, Congress declared March as National Women's History Month.
This month is a time to recognize women's contributions throughout history and contemporary society. Women's History Month is also a crucial time to remind people of women's important work in the struggle for women's rights around the world. Without further ado, let's get started with our show.
But it's the month of March that was chosen to honor women throughout history. Here's why. The origin story of Women's History Month is up for debate, but it was born right here in the US during the suffrage movement, when women were fighting for the right to vote. Some historians say that its roots can be traced back to a protest on March 8, 1857. It was then that a group of women from New York City textile factories allegedly staged a strike over poor working conditions. But scholars argue that this demonstration was fabricated, suggesting that the strike was invented retroactively to give the annual celebration a more compelling backstory. At first, women's history was only observed for one day. The Socialist Party of America first declared National Women's Day in 1909 amid the women's rights movement, but the idea quickly spread around the globe. The idea of an International Women's Day was proposed and approved in 1910 at the International Conference of Working Women in Copenhagen, which we now celebrate every year on March 8th. Fast forward to the 1970s in Sonoma County, California, where a group of people were fed up that women's history was being left out of the classroom. The first Women's History Week was celebrated in March 1978, culminating with a parade in downtown Santa Rosa, California. This local celebration turned into a movement. Activists pushed to make this week official, and it worked. In 1980, President Carter issued the first presidential proclamation, declaring the second week of March as National Women's History Week. And that momentum kept growing. In 1987, Congress officially declared March as National Women's History Month. A special presidential proclamation is issued each year which honors the extraordinary achievements of women in America. But more than 30 years later, the fight for gender equality continues. In 2020, for every dollar a man made, women made 82 cents.
phenomenal. I walk into a room just as cool as you please, and to a man the fellows stand or fall down on their knees. Then they swarm around me, a hive of honeybees. I say, it's the fire in my eyes, the flash of my teeth, the swing in my waist, the joy in my feet. I'm a woman, phenomenally. Men themselves have wondered what they see in me. They try so much, but they can't touch my inner mystery. When I try to show them, they say they still can't see. I say, it's in the arch of my back, the sun of my smile, the ride of my breasts, the grace of my style. I'm a woman, phenomenally. Now you understand just why my head's not bowed. I don't shout or jump about or have to talk real loud. When you see me passing, it ought to make you proud. I say, it's in the click of my heels, the bend of my hair, the palms of my hands, the need for my care. Because I'm a woman, phenomenal woman, all you women and me.
Did you see biplane, which I flew in 1922 when I set the women's altitude record of 14,000 feet. Then on June 17th and 18th, 1928, I became the first woman to fly the Atlantic Ocean. On this trip, I did not pilot the plane, but I rode as a passenger with William Stoltz as my pilot and Lewis Gordon as the mechanic. On May 21st, 1932, I decided to take the trip again, becoming the first female pilot to make a solo non-stop flight across the Atlantic Ocean, which I did in 15 hours. After the flight, I decided I wanted to fly around the world. So on May 21st, 1937, navigator Fred Noonan and I began our round-the-world flight, which began in Oakland, California. On July 2nd, 1937, I disappeared somewhere over the Pacific Ocean during this attempt to fly around the world. Despite the extensive search effort, the plane and I were never found. Until now. Until now, when bones were found on a remote Pacific island believed to be mine.
Advocating for causes such as AIDS, landmine removals, and homelessness in the UK. During my time as a princess, I contributed to over 100 charities. I died loved by all, with over 2.5 billion people watching my funeral, and my impact still stands to this day. I am Princess Diana.
Now let's take a look at what life would be like without some of the inventions of women.
The teenager who was shot by the Taliban and went on to become the youngest Nobel Prize winner. Meet Malala Yousafzai. Born in 1997 in Lahore, Pakistan, Malala grew up loving school.
I want to get my education and I want to become a doctor.
But all
about the girls' education, that girls are not allowed to go to schools and they are not allowed to get education.
Barred from school, Malala began speaking out.
My people need me, and I should raise my voice because if I didn't raise my voice, now so when will I raise my voice?
A vocal advocate for girls' education, she gained international attention, and with it, the wrath of the Taliban. On October 9, 2012, Taliban gunmen boarded her school bus and opened fire.
She said like then he fired three bullets and one hit you on the left side of my head.
From Pakistan, Malala was airlifted to a hospital in Birmingham, England, where she made a near miraculous recovery and kept on fighting. Just a year after her attack, she wrote a best-selling memoir and created the Malala Fund to champion every girl's right to an education. 2 years later, 17-year-old Malala won the Nobel Peace Prize.
This is where I will begin, but it is not where I will stop. I will continue this fight until I see every child in school.
Despite everything, Malala has managed to maintain a sharp sense of humor.
And I know what's going on.
Not much.
I can see I haven't heard anything yet.
In 2020, Malala celebrated her graduation from Oxford. Whatever she's doing, Malala has one goal: to make the world safe for girls to learn.
We have already taken many steps. Now it is time to take a leap.
What an incredible figure in women's history, being able to fight for what she believes in at such a young age. Malala is truly an inspiration for all women. Let's continue our show with another performance. Please welcome Amaya, Sophia, and Julia on stage.
Thank you for that exciting routine. Now let's dive into some poetry with Miss Katz and Caitlin.
Wasn't she just right here? Hi. So this poem is called Being Independent by Ruby Kahar.
I do not want to have you to fill the empty parts of me. I want to be full on my own.
I want to be so complete I could light a whole city, and then I want to have you.
Because the two of us combined could set it on fire.
Isn't it incredible to hear the powerful words of women? It's a wonderful way to be reminded of how inspirational women are. And speaking of inspirational, shine was getting a chance to perform with my brothers. Everyone saw how good I was, and this helped me become a famous actor and singer. I try to speak my message on having confidence in yourself, and look where that got me.
Of all time. Born on March 14th, 1997, I have dominated the sport with my unmatched athleticism, precision, and my gravity-defying routines that feature complex skills. I have won multiple gold medals, including 4 gold at the 2016 Rio Olympics and 2 at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, along with numerous world champion titles. Beyond my athletic ability, I have become an inspiration and advocate, speaking openly about my mental health and challenging norms of an elite sports culture. My impact extends beyond the gym, earning my widespread admiration and respect for the world. I am Simone Biles.
Thank you, Simone Biles, Florence Nightingale, and Janet Jackson for telling us a little bit about yourselves. You know, Savia, isn't it just amazing to see all the different things women are capable of?
It's truly inspiring to hear about their remarkable journeys and achievements. Now get ready to see some remarkable moves as we watch our very own Taekwondo sensation.
She wanted to be remembered as somebody who had guts, There's absolutely no question about that. A tenacious educator turned politician, in the 1960s and 1970s, Chisholm became a national symbol for liberal politics.
Shirley Chisholm represented a moment where the possibility of a civil rights movement and a women's rights movement could come together. If there's one person who represented the intersections of those movements, it would be someone who'd been a part of it.
During her 7 terms in Congress, Chisholm used her national platform to challenge the system, all the while working assiduously to service her Brooklyn constituents back at home.
She entered Congress with the slogan, "Unbought and unbossed." She pursued her appointment with that energy and had an extraordinary impact. But Shirley Chisholm didn't get as much recognition as she should have, in part because she was a woman.
Black history has suffered from its own vision of patriarchy, its own male-centric view of who its leaders are. So one of the challenges is to be able to tell a narrative about our history that put women right in the center along with the men.
This is a challenge. It's to begin to prepare America for the fact that something blacks will lead this country, that something women will lead this country. That's what it was all about.
Unfortunately, our show is coming to an end, but luckily we have 2 more guests to talk to us. Let's welcome them to the stage.
Hello, I am Frida Kahlo. I am a Mexican artist known for my bold and expressive paintings that explore themes of identity, gender, and Mexican culture. Despite facing physical and emotional challenges, my art continues to inspire the people around the world with its honesty and resilience. I am Frida Kahlo.
every Friday outside the Swedish Parliament to determine stronger actions on climate change. I have delivered powerful speeches at major international events calling out world leaders for their inaction on climate issues. I've become a symbol of youth activism and a leading voice in the fight against climate change.
Show, we want to express our heartfelt gratitude to the remarkable women who make up our staff here at WJPS, particularly our dedicated teachers whose guidance and support are the backbone of our institution. Please give it up for the women staff here at WJPS. Contributions, none of this would have been possible. So a huge thank you to all. And as we conclude
having everybody together, so it's great to see everybody together. Thank you for your patience. I know we ended a little bit early, but unfortunately, that's all we have for today. So, we will have to go back to 6th period. I know. I can tell that we're most excited about that. I can tell we're most excited. So, before we do that, let's keep it calm here. Before we do that, I want to say a huge happy Women's History Month. It was awesome that we could do this presentation. Ms. Shields